Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to be exploring Psalm 113 together. And let me tell you, it is such a powerful song. It really gets to the heart of God's incredible character. A God who is so high above everything, yet so incredibly close to the lowest and the loneliest. Let's dive right in. So, I want to start with a question for you. Just think about this for a second. Have you ever felt small, overlooked, or just completely forgotten? Like your struggles are just a tiny blip in this massive universe? If you have ever felt that way, then believe me, this psalm is for you. All right, so the psalm kicks off right away. Not with a gentle suggestion, but with this really urgent universal command. It's an immediate call to action that sets the stage for everything else that's about to unfold. You see that phrase, praise ye the Lord? It's actually a translation of one powerful, explosive Hebrew word, hallelujah. It's a command, and notice who it's for, the servants of the Lord. This tells us right from the start that praise isn't just something we do on a Sunday morning. No, it's a core part of our identity. It's who we are. And when it says to praise the name of the Lord, that means so much more than just his title. In the Hebrew way of thinking, a name represented everything about a person, their character, their reputation, their authority. So we're being called to praise the whole shebang, everything that God is.
Then, the psalmist tells us how long this praise should last. And it's not just when we're feeling good. It starts right now, from this time forth, and it stretches all the way into eternity, forevermore. You could say our praise today is just practice for the unending worship we'll be doing forever.
And this verse, wow, it just brilliantly expands the scope of that praise. It blows the doors wide open in two incredible ways. It covers all of space and all of time. Let's break that down real quick. First, it's a geographical call to praise. From the east, where the sun comes up, to the west, where it goes down, that covers the entire globe. It's a beautiful echo of the prophecy you find in Malachi 1:11, that God's name would one day be great among all the nations. And second, it's a call for our time. From the moment you get up in the morning to the moment you lie down at night, every part of our day is supposed to be an opportunity for praise. It's about having this constant attitude of worship that just fills up our lives. So why? Why does God deserve this constant, eternal, globe-spanning praise? Well, the next section gives us the first part of the answer, and it's all about his absolute mind-blowing greatness. Just try to wrap your head around that for a second. The Lord is high above all nations. That means he's infinitely greater than any government, any president, any earthly power you can think of. But it gets even bigger. His glory is above the heavens. Even the vast, mind-boggling universe isn't big enough to contain all of his magnificence. Now, if the psalm ended right there, God might seem really distant, right? Almost unapproachable. But this is where the psalmist introduces this incredible paradox that is the absolute heart of this whole song. The psalmist asks this powerful rhetorical question: who could possibly compare to the God we've just been talking about? And the answer, of course, is nobody. There is no one like him. He is completely unique. And here it is, the breathtaking answer. This God who lives on high is so magnificent, so far beyond us, that he actually has to humble himself. He has to stoop way, way down just to look at his own creation, both in heaven and here on earth. His greatness is so profound that even just paying attention to us is an act of incredible love. This should be such a huge comfort to every single one of us. It's just like Isaiah 57:15 says, this high and lofty God also lives with the humble and the brokenhearted. So if you've ever felt small or insignificant, remember this. The God who is bigger than the entire cosmos deliberately stoops down to see you. You are never, ever forgotten. And God doesn't just look. His attention is always active. When this great and humble God looks down, he gets involved. He acts to completely and radically reverse the fortunes of people who are in need. The imagery here is meant to be shocking. The Dunghill was literally the city's garbage dump. It was the most shameful, hopeless place a person could find themselves. And God doesn't just rescue someone from there. He lifts them up to the highest place of honor, setting them at the table with princes. That is a picture of total transformation, from absolute hopelessness to incredible honor. It's almost a direct quote from Hannah's prayer back in 1 Samuel chapter 2. And really, it's a perfect picture of our salvation, isn't it? God lifts us from the garbage heap of sin and seats us with Christ himself.
And the psalm ends with this deeply personal, deeply intimate example. In that culture, being barren was a source of just profound grief and shame. But God steps right into that empty place and brings life, turning sorrow into the pure joy of a mother, just like he did for Sarah way back in Genesis 21.
Okay, so what do we do with this incredible truth about our God? How does this actually change the way we live our lives today? Let's get practical for a minute. First, praise with purpose. Remember, praise is your core identity as a servant of the Lord. Second, see with perspective. God is high above all nations, which means he's high above your problems too. Third, trust his attention. The same God who humbles himself to see the stars also humbles himself to see you. And fourth, offer him your barren places. Trust the God who brings life from death with your most hopeless situation. And so, the psalm concludes exactly where it began, with that final powerful command. After seeing who God is and all that he does, there's really only one fitting response left for us. Hallelujah. Praise ye the Lord. This devotional was brought to you by the You Need Faith in Jesus team. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer on Psalm 113. We really hope it's been a blessing to you.